Okay, folks, here's the new Stylophone Gen X-2. Brand new in the box, just arrived. And that's what the box looks like. Let's go ahead and get it open. We've got a manual here. That's nice. It actually looks like it tells us, yeah, it tells us what all the little switches and knobs do. And then this is obviously our stylophone. How's this come out of here? Just lift it up. All right. So right away, you can see it looks extremely similar to the Gen X-1. This is the Gen X-1, Gen X-2. Quite similar. All the controls are the same. Color is different, but the controls appear to be the same. Both have the built-in speaker, power switch on the side. Looks like they have the same set of buttons there. Volume and external in and headphone out. So very, very similar until we get to here. And that is sort of the secret sauce of the Gen X-2. You can see here we've got pitch and gate out, as well as pitch and gate in, and CV modulation for the filter. So now we can use this as a controller for other synthesizers, or we can use the sound engine with another controller. Additionally, it gives us, with the strip there, it gives us different destinations. So you can have the strip control LFO, oscillator, or filter, whichever you would like. And we have shiftable octave. It looks like it uses the same batteries as this, which I believe were 3 AA's. Let's go ahead and get batteries in it and test it out. So it looks like 4 AA's. I think I said 3 AA's earlier, but there we go. Okay, so just like the Gen X-1, if we press a note, we can change the filter cutoff and the resonance. We can, of course, add the delay. And then, of course, we can do all of our attack decay stuff. Of course, we got volume on the side. It's all the way up. And then we can add our cross modulation and our lower octaves. It's hard to hear through that little speaker, but everything like that seems to work the same way. So let's check out what this new control strip does. So right now it is set to LFO. So it looks like it controls the intensity of the LFO there. We can do oscillator. And we're just controlling the pitch. Or we can do filter. Okay, so I'm gonna turn most of the controls down here and go to just a basic. All right, and then let's try the octave switch here. So we can hear that jumps an octave. And then this should go down an octave. So if you wanna do bass lines with it, or if you want to do treble like lead lines. Okay, so I realize this is kind of hard to see, but I took this red cable here. It's from the gate out and it's patched into my envelope generator. This green cable here is going up to my oscillator. I've got a basic synth patch with a filter and a VCA. And when I touch the keyboard here, let's see here, let's put this, there we go. When I touch the keyboard here, we should hear the modular instead of the stylophone. All right. Very cool. Now, that'll work just with single notes like that. Or you could drag it. And it should still respond to the octave changes. Let's see. In fact, we could even throw a little filter modulation on there. Very cool. All right, now let's see if we can do the opposite and use the modular to control the stylophone. Okay, folks, so now what I've done here is I've taken the pitch and the gate out from a sequencer here in the Euro rack and plugged them in to the stylophone. Then I'm taking the audio out from the stylophone, plugging it into the modular, and I'm just sending it straight to the output interface at this point, but obviously I could add effects or whatever to that. So what happens is when I push this, we should hear the stylophone. So that is the stylophone making that noise, not the modular. And we can still do all the things we would do on the stylophone. We could use something in the modular to control the filter like this. Of course, it's hard to hear with all that other stuff going on. Let's see here. There we go. Turn the delay back on. Then additionally, we could patch this out into something like another filter. Or we could even send that out to another delay. This is really going to get crazy here. Or if we don't want to send it to the delay, we could send it up into a resonator. How's that for crazy stylophoning? Well, that is the power of the Gen X-2. Okay, folks, that was a quick overview of the Stylophone Gen X-2, and I just realized I'm wearing a Gen X shirt and it's the Gen X. Anyway, I didn't mean to do that, but anyway, it is a very useful device. It does everything that the Gen X-1 does, which does everything that the original Stylophone does. Plus, now it has I/O to work with other synths. Now, I used it with the modular, but anything that has a gate CV out, which there's a lot of synths that do, you could integrate this with either as a controller for that synth or use that synth to control it. There you go. If you like what I do on this channel, I would really appreciate it if you would hit that subscribe button for me. And if you like stylophones, check out my stylophone playlist. I will link it in the description below. I have some demos I've done of various stylophones, some history videos, and even some various musical exploration with the various stylophones. So thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you guys soon.